in today's world where education often involves technology, making sure our kids have a safe and enriching digital experience is crucial. This is where Goalie steps in.
Goalie CEO Sasha Stern is here to share how kids can have access to technology that fosters learning and independence without the risks associated with regular tablets. Hi Sasha, how you doing?
Nice to have.
Good morning.
Nice to, it's his show.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
So, Goalie.
Yes.
What is it? How does it work? And why is there a need for what you do in this space?
Yeah. Well, like you said, this is a magical time where kids can learn so much on a computer tablet. But the problem is when you hand it to them, what are they going to see? Are they going to be fed a bunch of toxic ads? Are they going to be taught to buy things that maybe they don't need to buy? Goalie takes all of that out. There's no web browser, there's no YouTube, there's no social media. The only thing that's on there are apps that teach kids real life skills.
So this is really tackling a lot of parents' fears sort of when it comes to giving, a child a tablet and saying, "Here, have some fun with it." This is what Goalie is tackling.
Yeah, parents are scared and they're not just being paranoid. There was a study in 2022 that said 80% of apps are trying to manipulate kids into watching ads for longer or into buying something. So Goalie doesn't have any of that. We're just there to teach kids how to be more independent, healthy humans that take care of themselves.
I do. I mean, I've seen a number of those articles or funny stories where kids have ordered like $3,000 worth of stuff from Amazon. So it's kind of important. But you talked about responsibility and taking care of themselves. How does the system implement that? How does it encourage them to take care of themselves?
Well, we've got apps that are in different categories, but the thing that people are most concerned about for their kids, the thing that stresses them out the most is usually mornings and nights. So how do we help them with their regulation of their routine? We do that visually. So our most popular app, CoPilot, shows kids visually what do they need to do step by step. Is it brush my teeth? Is it put on my pajamas? And we gamify that, so it's fun.
So we know that bedtime can sometimes, when you're talking these routines, can sometimes be a tough sort of thing to tackle with parents and kids. So how are you guys helping with that?
Well, our most popular app will walk them through step by step of everything that they need to do. And parents from their phone can control exactly that. They set up the whole routine for their kid, and then we turn it into a game.
Is there one system? Is there uploadable, updated software for the different apps as the kids progress? What is the system for updating these things or changing things as they gradually improve or learn how to master the apps they're currently using on the system?
Yeah, we give parents total control from their phone. From their phone, they manage their kid's device, everything that's on there, including which video classes they can see, which apps they can use, what time of day, and of course, like all the little details, like the visuals that they want to use for putting on your pajamas. That's all on there in the parent app to control the kid's device.
Now, we've got the routines down, so what's next for Goalie?
3 different categories: life skills, communication, and fun. We want your kid to be able to learn on their Goalie tablet without turning into a zombie. So, for example, emotional regulation, really important for a lot of families. If your kid has a bit of a temper, we will teach them how to recognize their own emotions. When do they feel nervous or anxious or mad? And then we give them exercises for what they can do to address that feeling and to normalize their emotions.
Has this come from a personal experience of yours? I mean, because clearly this is something that's unique and one of those things you think like, why didn't I think of that? But is this something that's happened to you, to a family member, dealing with a kid with a tablet? Where did the idea even ferment from?
Yeah, well, I was that kid right in the 90s that was probably a little bit of a hothead, that was a little difficult to manage, that gave mom and dad a lot of stress. I also grew up with a family member that had an intellectual disability and they needed a lot of support throughout their day. But really, all of our ideas come from the science. The pros, the teachers, the therapists, they have a lot of science that they follow that guides them in how to help kids. What we do is we study that and then create digital implementations for mom and dad to do at home.
Fascinating. Really great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
You can learn more about Goalie by visiting getgoalie.com.